Elon Musk will apparently leave the Department of Government Efficiency. This is a massive blow for the USA, but a liberation for Bitcoin, because it means that the deficit in the USA will continue to rise, that the debt ratio in the USA will continue, and that waste in the USA will potentially continue. That means everything that happens here, which is possibly bad for the USA, could play out here as a mega scenario for Bitcoin. I mean, I'm not saying that it's good or bad or anything, but we definitely need to look at this. And also we have Fidelity, which is now rolling out their investment program. It is now actually possible here in the USA to manage your retirement program extensively through Bitcoin. But first, let's look at Elon Musk, because this isn't a direct influence, but indirectly it will have a big impact in the long run. I mean, the USA had a huge debt problem. Elon Musk always writes about how if the USA continues like this, it will quickly go bankrupt. And Elon Musk was actually the only voice in the mainstream trying to reverse this mountain of debt. It could also be that without Elon Musk, everything continues as it is. But, in my estimation, a lot depends on Elon Musk. All the reporting comes from him. You always see in interviews and so on. Who's at the forefront? Always Elon Musk. That means Elon Musk is really making a big impact here. He's really going all out. And if he's gone, then with the Department of Government Efficiency, it will definitely become much more difficult in my estimation. That would mean that the deficit would simply continue to rise indefinitely, and the US dollar would continue to nosedive. But other assets, like Bitcoin and so on, would benefit. The central bank would then have to start massively engaging in QE, lowering interest rates, buying government bonds, and so on. But now let's take a closer look at where this whole story is coming from. I'm not really surprised. I actually expected this to happen sooner or later because the task of the Department of Government Efficiency was simply too ambitious. It's not possible to reverse the national debt in the USA. It's a cool attempt, and hey, respect and thumbs up. You can definitely give props to Elon Musk. But it's simply an unmanageable task, or nearly unmanageable. Many people were aware of this from the very beginning. I've mentioned this repeatedly in the videos. In any case, there are now some people here. It actually says here that President Trump has informed his inner circle, according to Politico, that Elon Musk will step down from his current role in the coming weeks. The Tesla stock is experiencing a strong increase due to this news. So, we also see that Tesla has suffered at times. We also see that since Elon Musk has been with the Department of Government Efficiency, there have been significant declines at Tesla recently. Whether this has to do with the Department of Government Efficiency or whatever, I don't know. But Elon Musk is just one person, and I wonder how he manages it all the time. I mean, Tesla, SpaceX, he has other companies, he has his family, has kids, and who knows, he's also playing Diablo on the side. And then he's also running the Department of Government Efficiency. I mean, yes, many say that he's just a drug victim and that he's using some kind of drugs, and then probably just works around the clock, 24/7 nonstop. He also once said that every hour he sleeps or something, he loses, I don't know how many millions of dollars or something, because he understands the concept of opportunity cost. And he knows, okay, if he works, if he hustles and so on, then he earns this much money. And if he sleeps, then he can't earn that money. And that's why he sees it, as if he's losing money. So, yes, I personally can't say anything about that right now. I mean, Elon Musk is a very controversial person. He has also always been very critical when it comes to Bitcoin. But in any case, we now have the leak that in the coming weeks, Elon Musk will be stepping down from the Department of Government Efficiency. Donald Trump was also always a big supporter of the Department of Government Efficiency. Here you can also see the official article from Politico, where this was published, with Elon Musk's departure here. And it must also be said that Elon Musk wasn't really part of an executive department, or something like that with the Department of Government Efficiency. Rather, it was always more of an advisory role, or something like that. That means the Department of Government Efficiency found out certain things and then passed them on to the US government. It wasn't exactly a direct ministry or something like that from the US government, but more of an indirect arm, or something like that, which of course has a lot of influence. Elon Musk also has a lot of influence on Donald Trump. Donald Trump apparently gets along very well with Elon Musk. Donald Trump definitely listens to him here. Donald Trump always praises him above all, says Elon Musk is a genius, a very smart person, and so on. And that's why Elon Musk had a strong influence here, but always indirectly, not directly, as if he had a direct ministry or something like that. That's also what many media outlets partially misunderstood, saying that, okay, Elon Musk is now ruling here. No, it was always as an advisory instance. The Department of Government Efficiency is being planned. And then there were also many things that were uncovered. The USAID scandal was uncovered. The thing with the 14 magic internet computers was uncovered. It was revealed that people here are receiving payments who are no longer alive. It was uncovered that there are somehow more credit cards than there are workers in some ministry. It was uncovered that software licenses were purchased for some products or something by employees who don't even exist. Somehow, 20,000 employees, then 40,000 software licenses were purchased, and somehow half of the 20,000 employees didn't even use the software. That means a lot of stuff is being uncovered here. But what now, maybe? Elon Musk finds out, okay, damn, That was already cool and all. But here we've only made a drop in the bucket. That means the deficit would be reduced. But I mean, he has to pay off 36 trillion here. And on top of that, he can't even manage to set up the whole thing here in a budget neutral way. That means the big goal here was budget neutrality. That means you have exactly as many expenses as you have income. And if I know correctly, the USA has a deficit of 5 to 6 billion per day. And Elon Musk somehow manages to pocket a billion or something like that. And that means you still have about 80% here, or so, where you would need to save even more. And the problem is, the low-hanging fruits, they're all gone now too. That means, at the beginning, you mainly target the areas that are easy to optimize. And the longer the process goes on, the more you have to tackle areas that are simply more difficult. It's always like that. At the beginning you go for the easy stuff. That was USAID and whatever. The Fed wants to audit more, Fort Knox and so on. That's all still to come. Maybe Elon Musk also realized, hey, damn, the deep state has it out for me or something. Because what we've also seen is that the anger against Elon Musk has been steadily rising. Teslas are being burned. The Democrats are basically using this to run a smear campaign against Elon Musk. That means maybe it's also a kind of self-protection from Elon Musk. Maybe my theory is wrong, that Elon Musk discovered, hey, this is too intense a task. Maybe it's simply about protecting himself, protecting his family. Maybe he realized, okay, now it's about life. And I've said this so many times, folks. In the USA, investigations always go on for so long. Work is done until it goes against the Federal Reserve, until it goes against the big deep state, and then heads roll here. That means you can uncover a lot here. You can uncover an Elizabeth Warren. You can uncover the operation job Politico 2.0, how it's done systematically here. People were debanked, like here. People who did something with Bitcoin and crypto were excluded from the banking system. You can take action against all these things, also against all the NGOs abroad and so on. That's all well and good, but as soon as you go against the Federal Reserve, then it's game over here. Then the deep state comes in. And it could also be, right? This is again a conspiracy theory, but there are, for example, theories that all the Tesla attacks are funded by George Soros, that they are partly funded by the deep state, that they just want to spread panic against Elon Musk. And maybe they actually managed to corner Elon Musk so much that he has no other choice but to perhaps step down from the Department of Government Efficiency. Because I mean, human life is maybe worth more than dying as a hero or something like that. I don't know. In any case, these are things you can feel free to write in the comments below, how you see it. Because there are no official statements from Elon Musk at the moment. It's all just speculation. But these are things I could definitely imagine, that the pressure is just so intense, and simply Tesla is now in danger. Elon Musk is in danger. His family is in danger. And that's when you have to pull the emergency brake. The Politico article mentioned a few other things. For example, it mentioned that there were internal tensions, that communication was sometimes poor with the cabinet members, and so on, that there were sometimes chaotic announcements on his social media platform X, including unintended cuts to important health programs, such as the Ebola health program, prevention. No idea if that's true. In any case, it was published by Politico. I mean, yeah, that's just how it is. A crazy story. And if you want to create a Department of Government Efficiency, then you really have to be quite radical. Basically, you have to bring out the chainsaw, like Millet in Argentina or something. And if you always have to coordinate, okay, can I publish this now? Can I not publish it? Do I have to coordinate with them again? Do I have to go through everything here again? Let's say, go through it all legally compliant. I mean, yeah, that's just how it is in a democracy. But if you have to do it like that, I can imagine that it must be very, very difficult here. On one side for Elon Musk, on the other side. But maybe also for the people who are involved in the democratic processes here. There were also voices here about investments of around 20 million in a lost election in Wisconsin. It damages the reputation. Democrats increasingly use him as a political adversary. That's what I partially mentioned before, that Elon Musk apparently, or not apparently, he somehow poured 20 million into some election in Wisconsin and turned out badly here. And now he somehow has a problem because he doesn't look so good. And the Democrats want to take a swing at him. It was about the judge election for the Supreme Court. And Elon Musk basically lost here, or it didn't turn out the way Elon Musk wanted. And this is seen as a significant setback. In any case, Donald Trump remains positive here and apparently still wants to keep him on in some advisory capacity or something like that involved. I mean, that would make sense. Donald Trump really has a mega advisory team from Howard Lutnick to Scott, advising here the crypto czar, David Sachs, and so on, who are all very, very open to Bitcoin. I mean, regarding Bitcoin, nothing was said about it during that whole time. That's the next strange thing. Why? If he's so focused on efficiency, why so little is being opened up by him towards Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin would actually fit perfectly here with the Department of Government Efficiency. Oh, and what we haven't talked about yet is the Fort Knox audit. It could also be that this was a bit too ambitious. I mean, Elon Musk gets on stage and shouts into the microphone, yeah, we're auditing Fort Knox and we're auditing the Federal Reserve. And hey, end of story, end of story, end of story. That's what he's shouting into the microphone. And I think it's awesome. Most Bitcoin enthusiasts think it's awesome. All the Musk fanboys and so on, they all think it's awesome. But as I said, there's a deep state in the USA that doesn't find it so awesome. And maybe I really had, let's say, something that was exaggerated. even if I potentially don't care about what he did here and how he presents himself. I mean, that's why Bitcoin exists. To have money independent of central banks. There was another statement from Caroline Levitt. She's employed at the White House and is somehow the press secretary or something like that. And she says, this scoop is garbage. Elon Musk and President Trump have both publicly stated that Elon will leave public service as a special government employee once his incredible work at the Department of Government Efficiency is completed. So we definitely have different voices here now. We have the Politico report here, which comes from Donald Trump. The Donald Trump team, which apparently says he's resigning. And then there are other voices, like from the one I just read out loud, who then says that's bullshit, and so on. So maybe it's not 100% certain yet. This has been rumored for quite a long time. In the background, there will probably be a 100% announcement coming next week. I can certainly imagine that maybe in the next 2-3 weeks or so, there will be a definitive confirmation. Because according to the second source, it says here, he will not resign immediately, but will only step down once the work here is done. But on the other hand, it doesn't make sense to say that he will only resign once the work here is done. But the problem is, the work is actually impossible to complete because it's just too big of a task. You can't just, I was about to say, but it is possible. I believe Wilhelm Hof actually did that once. I don't know if he went all the way to the summit, but you can actually go almost naked to Mount Everest. A lot is possible, if you really wanted. But it must be said that Wilhelm Hof somehow managed it himself. And Elon Musk probably doesn't fail because of himself, but more likely because of the political apparatus, the deep state. So that might have been a strange example, but what I wanted to say is that you can achieve a lot. But with some things, there are certain limits. You can't just, let's say, get the USA out of debt. That might simply be too ambitious a goal. I actually need to make an update here because after I uploaded the video, Elon Musk reached out. And he responds here to Caroline Levitt, who said that this is all just garbage. And here Elon Musk confirms, yeah, fake news. But then meet Kevin, one of the biggest financial influencers in America, comments below, and says that he has often heard Elon Musk say that it's fake news, only to later confirm that it is indeed true. So, no idea what's right here, whether Elon Musk is stepping down or not. I mean, if this really should be fake news, then on the other hand, it would be another smear campaign against Elon Musk. Then it would be almost worse. That means either we are seeing a massive smear campaign against Elon Musk. An absolute shocker is that they probably want to pit Donald Trump and Elon Musk against each other. That they want to create a bad atmosphere here. Then this is also a very, very bad sign. Or if it is really true, then it is, of course, just as weird. So feel free to write your assessments below, how you currently see it. That means we now have a whole bunch of different reports. Some say he's stepping down, others say he's not stepping down. He himself says it's fake news, but there are other people who say that it's fake news that Elon Musk says it's fake news. So no clue. And then we had the very, very exciting news here. I actually told you about this 2 days ago, and now we actually see it happening here. Or did I tell you a day ago? I have no idea anymore. I definitely told you at some point. In any case, it says here, Fidelity has launched a fee-free retirement plan for adult Americans that you can invest in. And that's really, really crazy. It's like imagining, okay, in Germany you work now, and now your money is forcibly taken away. And now it's not being put into the Ponzi redistribution system, but instead invested in Bitcoin, and you get it back later. So far, there have been opportunities to invest in IBIT here, and some micro-strategy stories and so on, through the IRA, or whatever it's called. I'm not entirely familiar with it in America. It's a bit complicated. There are IRAs, where you can do things tax-free. Then there are other retirement plans you can use. Now there's this story about Fidelity, where you can apparently invest in Bitcoin without fees. And as it seems to me, they are really here. Spot Bitcoins. But I'm not entirely sure if that's really the case. You can write in the comments below if you have more detailed information. I need to do some more research in the coming days and hours to find out exactly how this will take place at Fidelity. But in any case, it's a good step. I mean, it's not a mega price cannon or anything, but there's also a constant flow coming in. I mean, if we just assume in the USA, I have no idea how many people are there who are saving for retirement here. Let's say it's a good number in the millions. If 5, 6, or 10% of them decide to invest in Bitcoin. Then we also have passive flows here, flowing into Bitcoin, in addition to the Bitcoin ETFs, in addition to MicroStrategy, in addition to MetaPlanet, and whatever else is going on. Guys, I'm going to take a ride on my motocross bike over here. See you guys. Let me know below how you assess the current situation. If you still want to buy Bitcoin, I'll include the link to 21 Bitcoin on how you can buy Bitcoin easily, safely, and simply. This is with the code BitcoinHotel, up to 20% off the fees when buying Bitcoin. See you. Peace out.